Hello and welcome to Visibility with Video, where every week we tackle some really important topics, kind of do a deep dive into how you can improve your marketing and get the results you want without spending all of your time and money and effort on doing all of these things that just don't work. So I am Josh Wadier. I am a YouTube marketing expert. I'm joined by Marie and Ginny Wadier. Marie's our visibility strategist and Ginny is our podcasting expert. So, and basically how this works is that every week, whoever is the host, which this week it's me, brings a specific topic that the other two have no clue about. So I've picked a topic, I've done a lot of research coming up with the newest things that I can find about this. And then we're just going to kind of go through the things that I found and discuss what we think about it, like whether we're surprised about it, what our thoughts are, what we've seen in the different areas of expertise that we have, and how you can apply all of that to your business to start growing faster. So today we have a really important topic, one that I particularly very like, and that is how to create a video strategy that works for your business. And there's an important distinction here, not how to create a video marketing strategy, how to create a video marketing strategy that works for your business.
Wait a minute. I thought this was my favorite topic. I mean, I'm a strategist and I'm kind of really passionate, but okay, I'm going to share with you for this presentation. I'm excited to see what you're going to say.
Yeah. So a big problem that I see a lot of times, and this happens with a lot of different things in general, but I see it all the times with marketing stuff, is if you look for video marketing strategies or help on creating them, you will find tons of people who will give you a 5-step process. You do this, then this, then this, or you need to make sure that you follow this loop here and do these steps with every video you create. And the problem with all of it is that those are good strategies. Those are good systems that are obviously working for some people. But the problem is the majority of them are not personalized to your business. And so you're trying to fit your business into a cookie cutter plan that someone else made for their business. And most of the time that doesn't work. You might get a little bit of growth here or there, but overall, either it ends up like working some, but it's not really the type of stuff you like to do to market, or it just ends up not working at all and you're left back at square zero wondering what went wrong and how you can move from here.
Or you're exhausted and worn out and frustrated because you're not getting results and you're trying to do things that don't even align with your schedule or with who you are as a business owner. And
So what we're going to do today is go through just some tips. And again, this isn't like a process of do this in your strategy, do this in your strategy. This is just more along the lines of when you're thinking about creating a strategy, here's what you need to think about that will make sure that your strategy gets you to where you want to go, but also make sure that your strategy still aligns with you and what you are wanting to do. So the first point here, and this is kind of just standard thing with any sort of marketing goal that you want to set, is you really need to start by understanding what your goal is from marketing. So a lot of like everyone wants to have a successful business, wants to have a great YouTube channel that's bringing in leads. But if you're not specific on what that actually means to you, then it can, when you actually start getting into the work, it can get very discouraging very quickly when you don't, like, you've not gotten to a specific point that you're like, hey, I've achieved this. Hey, I've met my goal, because you never actually had a goal to begin with. So it's always good to start out by defining what it is specifically that you want to do with your marketing strategy. And there's a whole bunch of different things that you could choose from that. Like you could try to just do direct selling. You could try to increase your website traffic, try to get people on your email list, try to get people on calls with you. All of that kind of stuff is good, but you just need to decide, okay, with this specific marketing avenue, what do I want with here? So let's say that you're going on YouTube and you decide, okay, I want to get people to my website from YouTube. Instead of that being your goal, that's very vague. You need to say, I want 100 people a week to come from my YouTube videos to my website. So now you have something that you can track. So as you're making progress on this, you can see, okay, well, this week we got 30 people, and last week we only had 25. So we're making a little progress there. Go another week. Oh, this week we've got 35. That's great. Let's see what we're doing to keep progressing towards that. So just keep in mind before you try and decide, oh, I want to go market here. Oh, I want to go do this over there. Try and think about, what do I want out of this? What's the one thing that I want to get out of this marketing endeavor? Because that allows you to design your marketing around that one thing.
Yeah, and we work with clients all the time on their strategies, and one of the first things we do with them is figure out, where are the gaps in your customer journey, and what are you trying to achieve with these videos that you're making? So are you trying to get more people signed up on your email list or whatever, or are you trying to just get people all hyped up about what you do, more awareness, more visibility? Or are you trying to get them to convert and do something, take some action? So you really have to think, what is your purpose right now in creating this piece of content? And you can't just go creating a piece of content and expect that it's going to do everything and achieve all the results. And maybe we're getting some views, but we're not getting conversions. Or, maybe our watch time is going up, but, we're not really it's not bringing in more people to actually take action. So, you have to really have a strategy behind what you're doing that says, with this content, I'm heading for this goal. And 1,000% agree, Josh.
Mm-hmm. And that also just allows you to see whether what you're doing is actually helping or not. Because if you don't have a specific goal and you just want to be more visible, have more people know about you, have more people do things and interact with you, then of course all of us want that to happen for our business. But if it's that vague, then how do you know if you're actually progressing to that? But if you make a specific goal about, I want this many people doing this from this place, then you can actually track that and say, okay, we're not increasing this. So what we're doing isn't doing what we want it to do. So let's try something else and go from there. So the next thing that you need to include with your strategy goes very well along with the first step. And this is that you need to figure out what statistics or analytics you're going to track to see whether you are progressing towards that goal. Yep. Now, a lot of people, this can sound very basic because you're like, oh, well, I want more people to visit my website, so I will track how many more people visit my website. But you really need to go a little bit deeper than that, because let's say, for example, and of course I'm going to use YouTube examples because I'm the YouTube marketing person, but let's say, for example, that like I said earlier, you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to get people to your website from your YouTube channel. So you, of course, want to track how many people went from YouTube to my website. That's the first thing you want to track. But you might also realize, after digging deeper into the analytics, that actually the majority of the people that are going to my website from my videos are the people who are subscribed to my channel. Therefore, you should also start tracking how many people are subscribed to your channel and trying to increase that. You might also realize that the people who go to your website are the type of people that engage more with your videos through liking or commenting. So then you should give more opportunities for people to like and comment the video, give more calls to action like that, to try and encourage people to engage more so that they're more open to go to your website. So basically, when you're wanting to track your goal, you don't just need to track how close am I getting to my goal. You also need to track what are all of the other factors that are affecting my progress to my goal. Because if you can figure out what those other factors are, then it allows you to remove all of the things that are slowing you down and start pushing towards all the things that are moving you forwards closer to your goal.
And I'm gonna take this moment to do a little shout out, because for a lot of people, they hear that and they're like, oh my God, that sounds like a lot. I don't even know what analytics are. And they like have a little panic moment. Don't worry, we literally have a whole series of YouTube videos on our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it's in a playlist.
It's in a playlist.
Yeah, so we have a whole playlist about different YouTube analytics and what they mean and what affects them. So
there's so much fun.
Yeah. So if you're sitting there like, I don't know what metrics I should be tracking because I don't know what these even mean, go check that out. The videos are like 3, maybe 4 minutes a piece. Super quick watch, and it'll give you a good understanding of how YouTube works with all of the analytics that it gives you.
I mean, don't you want to know if somebody in Singapore is watching one of your videos at 3 a.m. in their car, on their phone?
YouTube will tell you all of that.
Really tell you that. Seriously.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love YouTube the most, is that because I am just a numbers person. I love geeking out over all the details. I love seeing every possible detail I can about who's watching, why they're watching, how they're watching. And YouTube gives you more options to see that than any other social media platform. It's not even close how much more they give you. So using your analytics allows you to see all of those details. All right, so the next point, and this is a very important one that is, again, something that not a lot of business owners really think about. And that's that you need to think about, what does your audience want? And this is different from the typical, and as business owners, we're always told you have to know your audience, you have to know what their pain points are, you have to know how to help them, you have to know what they're thinking about, what type of dog they have, what type of car they have. This is different from that. That's like the basic level, so I'm not going to bore you by going through all of those details. But this is taking it to another level and saying that if you're marketing on YouTube, when your people come to YouTube, what did they come to YouTube to find? Because they always have something that they're coming to find. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to market through email, when they come to their email, what are they looking for? If you're marketing through Facebook, when they come there, what are they looking for? Because what a lot of businesses try to do is say, this is what we're about, this is what we like to do, let's throw it out there and force our audience to watch it. When most of the time, your audience didn't want to watch that. And that's why your videos aren't performing very well in the first place, because the people that you're trying to get aren't interested in the type of thing that you're trying to create. But if you look at it from the other perspective and say, okay, when they come to this platform, what are they looking for? And there's a whole bunch of different things to consider here. Like, again, with YouTube, some people come to YouTube because they need to search for a very specific topic and get an answer to something. If that's the case, if that's your audience, then your videos need to be very heavily optimized for the search engine, so that when those people come and search, they will find your video. But there's also a large percentage of the population that comes to YouTube and never uses the search engine, and instead just watches what YouTube shows them on the homepage. If that's the case, then SEO optimization isn't as important for you. What is important is the quality of your content is good enough that people are enjoying it. Because if people are enjoying it, YouTube will start sharing it on people's homepages. Also, some people come to YouTube because they need a quick solution to a problem. If that is your audience, then you should be creating really short videos, or even YouTube Shorts work really well for that, because they came there to find something quick. However, some people come to YouTube because they want a very in-depth explanation of something. They want to know everything they need to know about this thing. And if that's the case, doing longer training videos or live videos is a good fit. So you see what I'm talking about? People come to all of these platforms for different reasons. They all come, even if they're not thinking about it, they came to the platform for a reason. They're looking for something. Sometimes it's information, sometimes it's just entertainment, sometimes it's a distraction from what's happening, but they came to the platform looking for something. And if you can take a step back and figure out what are they looking for when they come here, then you can start creating content that fills that need. And that's what's going to get people to really start enjoying your content. All right. So the next point here, and this goes a little bit back to how we kind of got a little into this with the analytics talk. But
we always do.
Yeah. But you need to have a specific plan for how to improve your content.
Mm.
So what I see a lot of people do when they start creating videos on YouTube or any other platform is that they start creating their content and they focus very heavily on the consistency aspect. And that's very good. Consistency is very good on YouTube. You definitely should be consistent. But what ends up happening is when they start out, they kind of get into this mode of, okay, let's try and make this as good as we can and do all the things that we can to make this really good. And so they learn all this stuff. They start creating these videos, start posting them out, and they're good videos. And so then they keep posting. They eventually get into the cycle of creating these videos. And eventually they just stay in that cycle of create this video, post this video, create this video, post this video. And that's good for the consistency. But a lot of people eventually stop thinking about how can I improve this video? Not just create another video like all the rest that we have, but what can I do to actually improve this content and make sure that we are moving forward? And that's something that's really important to think about, because if you want your channel to grow, you can't expect it to grow if your content isn't growing with it. So improving your content is always something that to a lot of people seems very vague, because what's wrong with my content? How do I improve my content? What things do I need to do? And this is something we've gone through multiple times where we get to a point where we're realizing, yeah, we really need to do something about this. We really need to start improving our content more. And then we just have to stop and say, so what is there to be improved? What things do we need to change? And that is really where analytics comes in a big, big way. Mm-hmm. So like Jenny had said, in that analytics series we created, one of the big things that I covered through there is what the specific analytics tell you about your content. Not just what do they mean, like what specifically does this mean, how many people are watching, whatever, but what does that mean for your content? What do you need to change about your content to improve this analytic? And so since YouTube has so many different analytics, it allows you easy access to look at those and say, okay, what's wrong with my content? So like a good thing that you can do if you're finding out that people aren't watching your videos very long, which is a very common thing when you just start your channel, that people don't watch videos very long. Well, YouTube has a graph for your video that shows you at what points in the video people are dropping off. So if you look at that graph and notice, oh, at the 53-second mark, we lost 50 people. Well, let's look at the video at the 53-second mark. What happened there? Why did people leave there? What could we do differently next time to improve that? You can also look at, like, if you realize that you have a lot of impressions on your videos, but you have a very small amount of views on your videos, what that means is that YouTube has shown your video to a whole bunch of people, but no one's clicked on it. And so then you can say, okay, that means people don't like our title or thumbnail, because that's what gets people to click on the video. So now let's start diving into that. What's wrong with our titles and thumbnails? How can we change them? And so the point of this is that you really need to, when you're creating your strategy, you need to develop a plan for how you are going to consistently improve your content. Because if you don't have a plan of how you're going to do that, you're going to improve your content very sporadically. You're going to get into the groove of doing the content. You'll do the same type of content for maybe a year, and then you'll realize, well, maybe we could do something better, and then you'll improve it, and like your quality goes up a little bit, and then you stay there for a year, and then it goes up a little bit like that. But if you create a plan that says whenever we look at, like whenever we create every video, we take some time to look at it and say, what can we do better? And then and take the things that you learned from that video and try to improve them on the next video. And doing that is the only way that you're going to get a consistent growth of every video doing a little bit better than the last one. Because ultimately, if you want your channel to grow exponentially and get the kind of results you want, the quality of your content needs to get to that level. So constantly improving your content will help to move you in that direction.
Yeah, I love that, Josh. You know, we've had clients that have come to us because they have been creating content. Some of them for years have been creating content, the exact same style, I think they were wearing the same shirt every video. They just got in a rut. This was what was comfortable for them, which is fine to tailor what you're doing to you, but it also has to be tailored to your audience. So when they got in the rut of creating the same content over and over, they would get 3 views, 6 views, 4 views, and they've done this for over a year, 2 years, some of them 5 years, and are like, but we never got any results on YouTube, so it's kind of a waste of time. And I'm like, you know, did you ever look at your analytics? Did you ever, and Josh, what you're talking about is that in your strategy, the way that you're going to have a plan for how to improve your videos is that you're going to have a planned time every month where you're going to review the videos. So you're going to pull up the videos that you posted the month before, and you're going to look at all the analytics, and you're going to look at what was happening. And then you're going to test something else and try to fix that. And then you're going to look next month. Did it improve? Did it make it worse? What happened? I mean, this is really a numbers game that is, you know, I feel like it's a scientific thing that can be fixed with just really looking at those analytics and those numbers and looking at the content you created, and did people respond or not respond? And if not, make little changes and keep trying. Don't be afraid to say, this day I'm going to wear purple shirt, and in the next video I'm going to wear blue one, and let's see how people react, or you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to keep testing, trying until you land on what really resonates with people. And then you're going to have to test and try again not long after that, because people are always changing. So
I was just about to say, not only are people always changing, YouTube is always changing. YouTube has gone through a lot of changes, even just so far this year and the end of 2022. So the content that worked really well on it, even as of like October last year, is not going to be working as well on it now. So not only is it important to keep looking at your analytics and keep changing your content, because you can just like get better and better and draw in a bigger and bigger audience, but also it's important because YouTube changes things. So if you get stuck in the rut of making the same content for 3 years, by the end of those 3 years, YouTube could be drastically different in what it prioritizes versus the beginning.
So instead of letting your comfort level be making the exact same type of content all the time, find comfort in the system that you build around your strategy. You know, that I put a video up, 2 weeks later, I look at the results. 1 month later, I look at the results. Here's what I do if this result is this way or this result is this way. So you find comfort in your strategy and in your system. And then the content that you're creating can vary depending on how you're feeling, how your audience is responding, and what targeted results you're looking to get. So
yeah, it's just a continual game of experimenting and seeing what works. And to me, again, being kind of a numbers person, I love that. I love getting to look at all those details and see what we can do to improve things. But yeah, seriously, if you don't actually put this in your strategy, if you don't put this in your plan, you're not going to consistently do this. So it is important that you actually say, okay, I'm going to have every other week, every month, whatever it is, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to look at my content and see how it's performing, what things are and aren't working, and how we can continue to improve it. And that will let you to consistently grow your channel and your content. All right, so Now we're going to go to the last point that I have about how to create a successful video marketing strategy that works for your business. And this is a very important one that very few people think about when they're doing this. And that's that you need to think about what type of marketing do you enjoy doing? Most people, yeah. So most people, and this goes back to what I said at the beginning about how everyone has their plan, their strategy, their do these things and you'll be successful. And it's so easy to think that you have to do those things to be successful. But the truth is you don't have to do anything. You, as the business owner, get to choose, what do I want to do to market to my people? And that way will work for you. And the reason why this is so important is that the reason that so many people get burnt out over marketing and feel like it's just a slog and there's so much they have to do every week and it's just not doing anything that they want. Most of the time when you're feeling discouraged like that about your marketing, it's because you're not enjoying your marketing. Because if you were enjoying your marketing, why would you be saying, oh, I have to go create another video. Oh, I have to go write another email. If you enjoy your marketing, then you'll be looking forward to those things. So if you're realizing I'm doing all of this marketing and I just hate it. I hate having to get up and do these. I hate having to write these emails every week. I hate having to record this type of video. Then don't. Instead, stop and think, what do I enjoy doing? And how can I do that with marketing? So I've used the example with me before that I am a teaching type of person. I love learning about something and then explaining that to other people so that they can use that kind of information. So doing our regular YouTube videos is completely fine with me. That's like in my element. I learn all this stuff about these things and then I get to present it in videos. But also I like doing speaking opportunities. I like speaking on people's podcasts or events or getting to teach to other groups like that because that's just me in my element. I don't feel stressed out. I don't feel worried. I just get up there and talk. So that is something that I like to do for marketing. And that kind of thing doesn't feel like marketing to me. But for some of you, you may think, getting on someone's podcast? No way. That's not what I'm going to do at all. And that's okay. The point of this is that whatever things you like to do, there are ways you can use those skills to market your business. You just have to find out how you're going to do that and think about what type of marketing things would I enjoy doing and then start pursuing those.
Yeah, as long as it includes video, right?
I mean, you don't technically have to do video, but
some people like to write blogs and,
Yeah. The reason why we always promote video is just by far research has shown that video is the most effective way to market your business because it creates connections between you and your audience in a way that no other form of media can create. And once you create those connections, it makes it very easy to get people to go from someone who never knew you to a raving fan who buys all the things that you do. So that's the reason why we're always pushing for video. So anyways, those are some of my tips about what things you should be thinking about when you're creating a strategy. And really, it all just comes down to really analyzing what do I want to do and what does my audience want to do. And once you find a way that you can align those two avenues, that is going to be the perfect marketing stream for you. Because it's something that your audience is interested in. It's something they're looking for, something that they want, but it's also something that you can do easily. It's something that you want to do and that you will be able to consistently do without problem. And once you get those two things together, that helps you to create a marketing strategy that will get you to the place that you want without leaving you completely drained at the end of the day from implementing it.
Yeah, and guys, this isn't rocket science or, an overwhelming thing. It doesn't need to be overwhelming. I know it feels that way. Even the things that we're throwing out here can feel overwhelming and big. But the truth is, marketing can be fun. And if it wasn't fun, we would not have a marketing company. I'm just
Yeah.
so,
We do this for a living. So you have to know that there are
all
ways
day
to
long,
make it fun.
marketing. Yeah. So yeah, we love it for a reason. But it doesn't have to be that hard. If it feels hard, if it feels overwhelming, maybe you need support. Maybe you need some team backup to help you get some of these things done. And maybe you just haven't found the zone that excites you, that makes you get up in the morning because you're going to get to do this. And there's a world of opportunities and ways to go about this, and a world of strategies that can get you the results that you need, and still be doing things that you love doing when it comes to marketing. So yeah, I really encourage y'all to reach out to us and let us show you some of those possibilities. Let us show you how marketing can be fun, because we kind of think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always happy to help. So if you just have a question, you can post it. Or if you want to just get some time with our team, then you can just schedule a free call with us, and we'd be happy to help you figure out how to get you to where you want to go in a way that you will actually enjoy doing. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.